and welcome to week 23 of training. I'm for a 6-day mountain race called Dragon's Back Race. Google it if you don't know the stats. I'll just tell you, 236 miles over 6 days across every big beastie mountain there is in Wales. So glorious, glorious sunny morning, 1 degree, frosty, loving it. 6 miles Flitch Way. Speak to you in a bit. Nearly at my turnaround point. I think if you look closely in the soil here, you'll see a worn out area where I get to 3 miles and I spin round and go back the other way. Oh, and as I say, nature's treadmill. Here we go. This is such a beautiful run this morning. I purposely keep my first run to kick the week off identical every week. It's a 6 miler. Those of you who have seen the videos a lot will know it's on the Flitch Way, out and back. And the reason for that is it's always a zone 2. I mean, I really do make sure I stay in zone 2, nice and relaxed. And I think because then I'm more likely to definitely kick it off with this 6. And 6 is a fair chunk to wake up and get done on a Monday morning towards your weekly goal, and then you feel better about yourself because you're already off and running. If you started with a quite challenging run, like a tempo, intervals, whatever, you're less likely to do it, and then you're going to beat yourself up that you're off plan already from the first thing on Monday morning. So yeah, that's why I love these. They really are easy, enjoyable, out and back. I don't have to plan a route, I don't have to think about traffic, don't even have to think about conditions really, because it's not very far, it only takes an hour. So yeah, and when the sun's out like this, even better. I'll see you at track later on this evening. So, as I said earlier, it's track later on tonight, and the good news about track tonight is we get to try out some new pumps. And before Justin rolls his eyes, yes Justin, I did sense that, my previous road workhorses, that's my On Clouds, hold on, you can't see them because of the terrible lighting, that's my On Clouds, 2,000 miles. Far too much. So we got the Asics, I think they're called the Meta something or other. Anyway, yeah, they look quite lightweight, and they're good for fast road tempos. I don't know how long they'll last, but I got a good deal on them, so it'll be fun to try them out at track tonight, won't it? Looking forward to it. Good evening and welcome to an extraordinarily cold track on a Monday night. Now I can't tell you what the session is because it's 40 minutes till we go and I haven't got a clue myself, because I kind of wait for divine inspiration and it hasn't been forthcoming yet. So I've got a 5-mile warm-up and I'm sure something will come to my mind during that. Anyway, what's for certain is it'll be endurance based, sort of train the VO2 max sort of stuff, and you'll be on the track. So there you go. Tell you straight off the bat though, these new Asics shoes have got the strangest ride I've ever known. So I bought me Nike Tempos. If these start to aggravate the feet in any way, they're coming off. Hopefully they won't, but they do feel really weird. it's Tuesday. Little 5 mile little gander up and down the Flitch. Pure recovery. I'll tell you, I'm dropping this right back to 11.5s. Just time on feet. Yeah, those A6 Meta rides, they were okay in the end. Not heavy, but I think they'll be good road workhorses for me. Yeah, not a lot to see today. That was nice. It was off camera because I didn't want to put the guy on the this week's video. Well, I could have asked him; he'd probably been happy to. But there's an old boy there, 75, and I see him along the Flitch all the time. Every time I come along the Flitch, he's out walking, and so I thought, I'm having such a slow recovery jog today. I'll walk with him for a while, and it turns out he does 70 plus miles a week walking up and down the Flitch, and in the summer he'll get out over the fields and he'll do 80 plus, just walking. He used to be a runner in his early days, but he says his knees are buggered up now, excuse my language. Yes, his knees are broken, and yeah, but he used to be a 76 minute half marathon runner, 55 minute 10 miler, and yeah, it's fascinating. I see him all the time, but I'd never stopped to talk to him, and it's quite nice. So yeah, I should get his name next time, shouldn't I? Right, let's also talk a little bit about that run last Thursday with Will. Now, as I've already said, I don't know whether I was a little bit ill, maybe, but my heart rate rocketed up. It was a zone 3 and 4 run, pretty much, which is good training. Glad I did it, and I got the DOMs, and I feel like my legs have repaired stronger, which is always the good news. But the big lesson for Dragons is I'm just going to have to zone 2 easy run it, because and not worry about getting in really late, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to pace the whole 6 days and finish. I know this now, because when I go out and zone 2 anything, any terrain, hills, whatever, if I do keep it quite in that pace, then I don't have any aches at all. I mean, I went to the Malverns, doubled back some big Ellies, and came back on the Monday morning, good as rain. I did the recce with Izzy, leg 5, and yeah, the legs were absolutely fine throughout. So yeah, I mean, basically, if you think about it, if you had 2 minutes a mile across 45 miles on average, yeah, that's an hour and a half later into camp. It's going to be touch and go, but it's a risky strategy, but I think it's one I've just got to employ, because it's a sort of long distance runner I am. I'm basically not cut out for it, and to finish and complete a course, yeah, I've just got to play it safe, play it easy. Sounds easy. Controlling in zone 2 is not easy, of course. You're still running, you're running for longer, and but I think in my mind now, that's a strategy I've got to adapt. So I've just got to make my zone 2s stronger and stronger pace, stronger and stronger runs, which I feel like is happening as we progress through the months. So yeah, there you go, that was my learn, and onwards with that knowledge. So on that very point, for most of us really, if you're going to go out running with other people, if you want to stretch yourself, go with somebody quicker than you, because as much as you'll try and slow them down, they're so much fitter that they're just going to keep jacking the pace up, and you're going to go with it. So if you want to stretch yourself, absolutely run with people quicker than you. Not too much quicker. I mean, Will was way fitter. I mean, gosh, it's about 17 years difference in our ages. But yeah, somebody marginally fitter, and you'll suck the best out of yourself. And however, if you are training for something like this, from my perspective, I've got to go out with people either my own ability or a little bit generally slower, and that way it'll make the training easier because you've got company, but you're not going to overstretch yourself, and you're going to keep yourself conditioned in zone 2. So yeah, that's just general tips for all of us really. And I think we all know that, really, don't I? I'm just repeating the bloody obvious. There you go. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Wednesday, midweek session. This is the middle longer distance one, the 15. Got a 20 tomorrow. Anyway, there's three things that I haven't yet nailed. One is strength and conditioning. Haven't really been in the gym hardly ever, and I'm hoping to go this week. So if you don't see some highlights later on saying I've gone to the gym, then you know that I still haven't nailed it. But hopefully will. And nutrition. I'm really trying to hone in now on every half hour eating the right stuff, scientifically recording how many calories, how many grams of carbohydrate, and I've really got to start to understand what works for me now and how often. And then the third thing is back-to-back big runs. I'm doing a lot of big runs, but not day after day. So tomorrow doing 20 after 15 is the beginning of that procedure. So there you go. That's what we're on about. Training, isn't it, for ultras? About the mind as well, because on that video last week with Will, something off camera that we were talking about was at some stage your mind is going to say it's okay to give up, you've done well, I mean, getting 2 days through or whatever, even if you go down to Hatchling, that'll be a good achievement. Yeah, just go to the next checkpoint and give up, stop. And it's going to come down to how we counter that and how we come up with an alternative narrative. And I think for me, I've put myself in situations like that before, and I have come up with good narratives, but not on a multi-day 14 hours on your feet each day mountain run. So I'm hoping a couple of the big ultras I've got booked in will simulate getting to that sort of mind state, and it'll be interesting. I won't know till the moment how I handle it, but it's a huge factor, it really is. And you see that tractor back there? That was hilarious. I just got pebble dashed. I think he's spraying some weird pellets out on his field. And as I ran through, I just got absolutely hammered. Fired at me like 150 miles an hour. That's a new experience. Anyway, let's walk this little hill and tell you what I'm munching on this run. We've got Kendal mint cake. We've got fudge, and we have a Yorkie, good old-fashioned Yorkie, and they didn't have my favourite Boost bars, so Snickers today, and a couple of gels. So every half an hour I'm going to have a bit of fudge this time. I think this is Cromer's Finest from down in Cromer. A couple of bits of that. The only thing I have to be careful with fudge is obviously it's dairy, so you want to be careful you don't build up wind. Good morning. Thursday. We're here in Chelmsford for the Centenary Circle, which is a walking path, 21 miles, goes all the way around the outside of Chelmsford. I've chosen this one because I need to do it back to back, as I said yesterday. It was 15 miles yesterday, and we're going to double up with a 21 today. And this is the only course that I know that I don't have to think about, and it's already in my watch. So here we go. So there we go, we're off. Now it's not the most glamorous of courses, so I probably won't take much footage. It's 80% trail, probably 20% tarmac, like this little path here. And look, t-shirt weather again. How about that? 12 degrees today. I bought my rain mac in case it gets a bit chilly later on there. Quite a windy one today. Anyway, what am I doing different? I'm experimenting with these waist packs, which elasticate thing that's stuffed on with snacks in. So yeah, a little bit tight around my waist, but I put it down by my hips, so it's not too much of an aggravation. But it's handy because all the snacks are just readily available, and I'm going to be snacking big time on this run. Yorkie bars, Cadbury bars, marathon bars, fudge, gels, everything every half an hour. So I should be absolutely fired up on this. Anyway, I better get running again, haven't I? Stop, and then I finish off with some of my fudge. I do like a bit of fudge. Oh yes. Nearly. Big climb ahead. Now that climb wasn't bad for Essex. That was 160 feet over 0.8 of a mile, but perfectly runnable. So we're 9 miles in, nearly halfway. To that signpost over there where the cars are. So you've got to take a deviation across the field here. Time to eat again, and you know what? I think I've got to make sure I do it bang on the 30 minutes because it just hits an hour 30, and I'm thinking to myself, hold on, did I eat 2 minutes ago earlier because it was nearly an hour and a half or not? Couldn't remember. So anyway, I'm going to eat again, and whereas if I do it on the hour 30s I won't overeat with her. But can't overeat when you're doing long distance running. Yorkie bar through the vineyards. Quite smelly this section. Funny things. What a noise. Listen to it. Welcome. Gonna catch ya. That's the signs you're following. So some sort of centenary thing to do with royalty. Looks like our queen of old. And yeah, look, they're pretty much everywhere. So you shouldn't really, another one there, look, you shouldn't really get lost. So I've tried to do as much footage as I can of each time it varies. just to give you a feel for what the Centenary route is like. I mean, it's quite a mixed bag. In the latter half, if you run it from Broomfield like I did, and you go anti-clockwise, it's going to get very, very housing estatey. But generally, it's quite rural, quite wild. Now there's a pub over there, the Crown. I say if you run it from Broomfield, that's a nice 14 mile, 2/3 of the way around place to stop and have some nosh if you do on a Sunday. Obviously I'm carrying straight on. Right, here we come to the really long river bit. I think it's about, let's watch, sort it out. Yeah, I think it's about a mile or so along here. Quite nice, but can get very boggy. If you've ever done the Saffron Trail, comes from over there, over this bridge, and heads back the way, opposite way to what I'm doing, to Chelmsford. This is the part of the run where you hit Chelmsford proper, and if you're really struggling, you've got KFC, you've got McDonald's, you've got all sorts of things over here. But if you're doing it the way I've done it, you've only got 4 miles to go, so you just crack on, then you get it done. Any Spurs fans watching? Obviously not that White Hart Lane. Look at those flags! How windy it is. This is the real Acropolis bit, housing estatey stuff. Got a couple of fieldsy bit as well through here. I know this section is a bit housing estatey, but boy, look at the houses. I mean, they're all like New England, Boston sort of houses, aren't they? So it's quite an interesting little section. Got a bit of welcome rain now, 12 degrees, bit of drizzle, nice times. This is interesting because that's the path, so I suppose hopefully the diversion isn't too far, but yeah, that's the official way, so we'll have to go over here. I'm going to come across the field. Doesn't look like too much of a detour, just going through this little community bit here. Is that a ditch? Oh, there's a path over that doesn't flood, so take the easiest route. Bit of elevation. Alright, looks like we get back on a normal path now. Yeah, so there you are, not too much of a diversion. We're back on the original way, I'd say, only about 30 metres, nothing more. There we go. We're about to enter the last mile, which is all countryside, really nice this last bit, very rolling rivers and all sorts, so a joyous way to end the lovely Centenary Circle route today. This is the place with the unnecessary bridges. I mean, which route shall I take? Alright, let's go trail. I think I'll go over the bridge on this one then. Bit of variety. summer. It'll be nice to take a dip in there towards the end of the run. It's nice. All done, back in the car. Now I'll tell you why I'm buzzing because that was a minute quicker than my summer run when the trails are baked. So by 20 minutes that was my quickest winter run of it, but also I never felt really like I was tired, so it was the strongest I've ever run it as well. So training's going well, tick the box. Hey. Hello, welcome to Friday. So it's trail shoes today. Right, what we're going to do, there's not much opportunity to get hills in Essex, good elevation. There's a couple of places, but they're quite a drive. So, Notley Park has got a little mound, which is about 60 feet to the top. I'm just going to run up and down it for 5 miles. Mile jog there, mile jog back, 7 miles for the session. Hopefully get about 1,200 feet of elevation in. So, beautiful sunny day. Can you believe it? It's 17 degrees and it's February. What a change from earlier on, or last week even, or even the last couple of days. There she is. Can you just about make out the bird? That's where we run to at the top of the hill, each one. Right, here we go. This really is an awesome hill because it's always up or down. You never get any flat because you can turn and go straight back up. Great conditioning. Could probably replicate this in the gym, but I'd much rather be outside. There you go, folks. Who would have believed you can get, oh, hold on, you can't say, you've got no way for seeing that, have you? Anyway, it says 1,000 feet in 4.4 miles in Essex. I'll have you know. So the plan for this session was very straightforward. It was run zone 3/4 to 1,000 feet. Once you've got to 1,000 feet, stop, have a drink, a reset, and then zone 2 the rest, even if it means hiking. Because yeah, I think that's enough conditioning for one day. The whole idea is the session itself is 6 miles in total with warm up and warm down. I think I'll probably get 1,200 feet in by the time I finish. So not bad for Essex, as I keep saying, don't I? Essex isn't hilly, in case anybody doesn't know the county. Flat as a pancake, except for a couple of areas like Epping Forest, Leigh-on-Sea, and a bit around Colchester. There we go, all done. 1,250 feet. Jog back to the car now, nice and easy. And then my usual half marathon to Braintree and back on the Flitch Way tomorrow, racking up the miles. That's probably the toughest way up. I didn't do that very often because it's too muddy, but in the summer I think I do that one a lot more. Morning all, Saturday 22nd of February today. Now I'm going to run without my GoPro because it's quite heavy to carry and I'm just going to be light and free today. Usual 13 along the Flitch Way. If you've seen other videos you know exactly what the Flitch Way looks like and you know exactly what the things to film on the way. The dodgy, rusty old Jeep car with no wheels on, the train at Rain, and the Allegro. So, you know, just watch an old video, it'll all be on there. And I'm just going to go off and get it done. See you tomorrow. It's never ever something we really want to do, but shoe care, got to be done, innit? Got to be done.
reason these are being cleaned up is because it's Essex mud and I'm off to Tenerife and I'm being a good boy. I don't want to take microbes and funny old business from the Essex mud over to Spain. I'm sure they wouldn't thank me. So I've got to give the soles a good old clean up too. There we are, all good and ready for their holidays.
Hi, welcome to the last run of the week. It's a windy old Flitch Way. This is just a 4.2. Why 4.2, you might wonder? Well, that's just around this week's mileage up to bang on 80, which is biggest week for ages. I feel alright. So thanks for watching. Hope your training's going well, whatever you're training for. As I say, there's still places open for Dragon's Back, so why not enter? Come on, it's only 6 months away, plenty of time to get conditioned. I'm sure you're starting from a high base already, whoever's watching this. And yeah, stay healthy, enjoy life. See you next week.